Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Call Live. Now, let's hear from our host, Andy Albright.
Whew, there's a lot of clapping for you ain't done nothing yet. Okay, so today we're going out live across the nation, and we're really focusing again on the new American movement, or the different assets that people possess. We've got three different groups on here, and we got Lucero here, which is coordinating everything. I also noticed that all of these opportunity meetings that are coming up tomorrow are listed on the hotspots on theallianceevents.com. So we got Mimi and Brian Rojas and Oscar listed coming up tomorrow. Oh, and Andy B. So we got a great lineup tomorrow. So where you're plugging your people into the group, the assets from India, Creole, Haiti, or Spanish, Oscar. So one of the things I want to do is meet each one of you and tell us which city do you live in now. We've got a little bio on here, but I'm looking to increase it. Let's start with Oscar. Oscar, my information says you were born in Havana, Cuba, moved to Michigan as a political refugee, earned a soccer scholarship to Indiana Tech, graduated with honors in 2015. I'm wondering what you graduated in. And then sales career started at AT&T and then financial services. So, Oscar, tell us a little bit about you. First of all, also, how do you pronounce your last name or the rest of your name? I've got four names for you. I'm not sure if you use them all.
So, my name is Oscar Calderin Cruzata. My middle name is Amable, which means nice guy in Spanish. So
well, there you go.
Yeah. That's
so
my name.
So Calderin Cruzata, that is your last name. Is it hyphenated?
Calderin, that's my last name, Calderin. That's my father's name, but in my culture, we use the mother's name as well. So Cruzata, that's my mother's last name.
Okay. So if we just wanted the most simple we could do it, we could do Oscar Calderin.
Yeah, that's simple. Yes, sir.
Where do you live, Oscar?
I live in Miami, Florida.
Well, there you go. Shocking. Miami, Florida, right?
Yes, sir.
How long you lived in Miami, Florida?
I've been here since 2018, so about 7 years now.
Okay. All right. And you still play a little bit of soccer every once in a while?
I try to play once, twice a week just to stay in shape. Yes, sir.
On a full-size field, because you know the soccer fields are big.
I can't do that anymore. No, not on this.
Like a smaller field?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I need one about the size of a basketball court. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't have to run so far to get to the other end.
Those are the ones that I use. Yeah.
Too far. Have you heard of God, what's that guy's name the one that did the 10,000 hours? Y'all got to read more. And he talks about training kids in a smaller room, like about a 20 by 20 room. But that way the kids can learn proportion. He can grab them and pull them and show them proportion. And then when they take them on a normal field, their proportions expands in their mind and they understand positioning and angles. Have you heard about that?
I haven't heard about that guy, but that sounds like something that would be smart for kids.
What is that guy? Blink. It's in Blink. Who did that? Who wrote Blink? I think that's what it's in. Hello. Yeah, Gladwell. Malcolm Gladwell talks about it in 10,000 hours practicing something. That's not in that one, but that is a great book. What else has he got listed? Blink is a book, but Gladwell is bad. It's really good. It's great. He just wrote one. I think David and Goliath just came out with him also. All right, and you're doing an opportunity meeting tomorrow, Oscar?
Yes, sir, with Brian Rojas, yes.
With Brian, is he introducing you and then you're doing the meeting?
No, I believe he's doing the meeting and he wants me to be part of it. That's what I believe.
So you're introducing him. So then you need his bio.
Okay.
so you can talk about him with authority.
All right.
Introducing Oscar will be in attendance, supporting.
Use that mic so he can hear you.
So Johnny Rojas is introducing Brian Rojas tomorrow.
Did you do the opportunity last meeting?
I did it last week, but I got an email from Brian Rojas from the Alliance as well. Yeah, correct. I did it last week.
Did you do good last week?
I presented last week and I felt comfortable.
You think you can do better next time you do it?
I believe I could do better. As the more I do it, the better I'll do.
Let me feel like this. When you explained it, did you explain the networking opportunity, the unlimited income coming in, that you can do that the next 20 years and just keep building your agency all over the nation? Do you feel like you communicated that?
I feel like I didn't emphasize the opportunity as much as I should, and I talked a little bit more about my own personal experience in the business. So I believe that I have to talk more about the opportunity. I have
think
to
you do
learn how to
too.
talk about the opportunity more.
I think you do too, because it's one thing to come to America and get a good job making 100,000 or making 200,000, but it's another thing to build a business that makes $200,000 a month, right?
Yeah, it feels different.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, we'll take the guy that wants the $150,000 job. We'll take him, but what would be great is find somebody who wants to help us build something massive.
Yes, sir.
And the only way we're going to find them is if we're looking for them. A lot of times we call them out. Hey, if y'all are interested in taking over the world, let us know. Then those people can raise their hands. All right, I'm gonna come back to you, Delilah. I remember the first time I met you. I think it was either in Miami or Fort Lauderdale. Do you remember where that was? It Miami?
I believe it was in West Palm Beach.
West
the first
Palm
time I
Beach.
met you.
Yeah, you sat back there in the back, and I said, "Who's won the trip?" You raised your hands like, "Whoa, who are you?" Remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
You've already moved on. I said, "Oh my God, this girl, we need to get her to know her." So you were raised in somewhere in Haiti, Lagani, how you say it, Laganve? Laganov, and moved to the United States in 2004 after graduating high school in 2008. So my guess, did you go to high school in the U.S.?
Yes.
All right. Met your husband. Got 2 children.
Yes.
What ages are the children? What ages are the children?
16 and 10.
Okay. Boy, girl?
Boy and a girl, correct?
Boy 16?
No, the girl is 16. She's the oldest.
All right. All right. Healthcare field, you got to be a certified nursing assistant, CNA,
Yes, correct.
then a medical assistant.
Correct.
You did that for a while, and you got a diploma from Florida Career College.
Right.
All right. And then you got in insurance part-time in 2020
Correct.
and joined us in 21. It's changed everything. And you just got back from Cabo, right?
Yes, it was an amazing trip. Thank you to the Alliance.
It's great to hang out with you. And what else is prominent? What should we know about you, Delilah? If I'm trying to get people to listen to you do the opportunity meeting, are you doing it this week or did you do it last week?
I spoke to Lucille. I think I'm going to be in July 10th.
Not next Thursday, but 2 Thursdays from now.
Okay.
July the 10th.
She'll be doing it. All right. So who's doing Creole this week? Is it
Mimi.
Mimi's doing it. So Mimi's doing this week.
Yes.
Have you heard Mimi do the opportunity?
Yes, I was on it last Thursday. It was amazing. She did a really good job explaining the opportunity, endless the income. There's no cap here. So it was I was there with my team, so it was like amazing. She did a good job.
Okay. All right. I bet she did. What else? If I'm telling people to come to your meeting in 2 weeks and I want them on there, what else could I tell them about you? You speak Creole, you speak English. Do you have any other languages? Any other
Spanish un
degrees?
poquito.
Say again?
Spanish poquito. I speak a little bit Spanish.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
but Creole is English is my thing.
Are you how about income wise? What are you projecting income? What do you think you're gonna make this year?
This year my goal is to make 150 or 160.
150,000. Okay. All right. And are you hiring, Delilah, are you hiring people?
Yes, sir.
And it's, now that you have a Creole opportunity meeting focus on, do you think this is going to help you get more people?
Exactly. I was talking to my team about it's a good opportunity for us to scale and a larger, reaching more people all over the country, especially the Creole community, so we can have a community here at the Alliance. I'm very excited about that.
All right. Ask Faith to bring me a copy of the agenda in here. Just holler at her. She'll probably hear me. Okay. All right, Delilah. Well, it was great meeting you that first time and getting to know you, and it's fun to see your career. And now I'm excited that we're doing a Creole focused meeting that we can get your community and go across the country with. You know, Mimi's doing a great job of going into churches, to Haitian based churches, and doing presentations, doing quite a bit of insurance. I can see that turning into and by the way, if you're interested in this opportunity, Thursday afternoon, I'll be doing the opportunity meeting, or Delilah will be doing the opportunity. So you have that whole church listening in to the opportunity meeting.
That's a good idea.
I agree. It's a good idea. All right. Andy B.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Good. I understand you, I've got a great write-up here on you, but I also understand you just walked away from your job. They've been kind of picking on you, saying you wouldn't quit because you had a super nice boss that you like to go visit every day.
Yeah, so I decided to quit my job. I had a goal that if my taxes I pay for my business, if it's higher than the salary they're giving it to me, I'll quit. So that came in about sometime last year. So then I was at the position where they wouldn't let me go. So I had to be in the contract for a few years. But yeah, so now I'm full-time into this. And thank God that happened.
Okay, so we usually call you AB, affectionately AB, which is Andy B. How you say your last name, Andy?
It's Banushali, as it
Banashali.
says, Banushali. And my first name is, and my first Indian name is Arvind Kumar. So my actual name is Arvind Kumar Banushali. But I think a few years ago, somebody started calling me Andy, and I went with it. And when I joined Alliance, Brandon Manley, he started calling me AB. I'm like, okay, this is easier. So I got AB from, and I like what you said in one of the events. But you're Andy A, I'm Andy B.
I like that. I like that. Originally from Mumbai?
Mumbai, India.
Now based in Houston, Texas. That's good. You got that on there. So based in West Palm. So Delilah will be best in West Palm. Because that way, if they know them, they go to their meeting. American Wealth Center. I'm guessing that's your insurance business. Is that right?
That's my brand, yes. That's my company's name.
Certified financial planner, MBA in finance. Where's your MBA from?
University of Houston.
University
of Houston, yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's critical. IT industry. Are you a programmer or a project manager?
I was more onto databases. I was managing database. I was a database administrator.
Database admin. JP Morgan?
Chase. JP Morgan Chase.
All right. And you're married, and how many do you have kids? You have kids?
Yeah, I have one daughter, 23. She's 23.
No grandbabies?
Not yet.
You know, I just had another one.
Yeah, I know. Congratulations.
Thank you. See, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Like 5 days old, 6 days old.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that.
Wow.
He's a baby. All right. And you speak 6 languages.
Yes, I do.
Are they all Indian
So most of
dialects?
no, they are actually different languages, and they're all Indian. Yes, other than English,
Hindi, Gujarati, Marathi. I'm
Gujarati. Yeah, yeah. So I was born. So in India, usually we have a mother tongue. So I was born as a Kutchi, so that's my mother tongue. Then my parents live in Gujarat, so I know Gujarati. Then I live in Mumbai, so Marathi is the local language. So mother tongue, we have a state tongue, we have a national tongue, and we have English. So that's how we end up learning 4 to 5 languages.
okay. All right. What else should we know about you, AB? If I'm telling people
Uh,
about you, I mean, very successful in our business, one of the top producers in the country. You're hiring people like crazy, IT background, database management, University of Houston, finance degree, certified financial planner, 1 daughter, married, 1 daughter, 23 years old. Mother language is Kachi. Speaks 5 other Hindi languages and English.
yes. I think what people would get excited to know is like how my journey started. I come from a very poor family, came to this country, and then this is a dreamland. But I think how I kind of mentored, how I got, you know, uh, coaches like you and Brandon, and how I got my journey started as a business person. And I think if people should know how to grow their wealth, and I probably could be a good example, or maybe an example they can look up and maybe even use that as one of the examples. But other than that, I think none of the degrees matter, to be very honest, in this business. It doesn't. I always used to think that you need to be a better speaker, or you need to look different. You need to know better English to be successful in this business. But I was proven wrong. English is not my first language, as you can see, but I was still able to very successfully build a business. I have already my organization. I have over 100 people, business partners in my team now. We have crossed 450,000 as of last month. I think we'll cross 500,000 by end of June, and we'll be crossing $1 million business revenue. And this is actually commission paid. So that's what the numbers will tell itself. So it's less about me, but I think that it's an opportunity where anybody can get wealthy and anybody can grow. That's what I would like them to come and hear us.
I think anybody can do it, AB. But I'm gonna say this to you, that the more intelligent of a person, like the more worldly experiences. For example, computer programmers, architects, engineers, doctors, chemists, anybody that technical side, really we find that they do really, really well with us, because a lot of people think it's salesy or recruity, but networking marketing, but really the person that understands the math, the simplicity of it. You can be wrong 27 times, or you can be a terrible recruiter, but if you recruit one good person, it makes up for 27 failures. And people that are less intelligent, they tend to go like, I don't want to fail that much. And I don't, they can't do the math. Like if you're losing 1 point per failure, but you get 100 points per success, a smart person can do the math pretty quick and go, that's pretty solid. If if you've got that kind of a statistical analysis. So don't get me wrong, anybody can do it. GED, barely speaking language. There's so many success stories we have, but as you're recruiting, you're looking for the people that have the advanced degrees and advanced jobs. Anybody can do it. Thank God anybody can do it, because I got in. I was like, all right, anybody can do this. So it made me, I was self-assured. But over time, I figured out I'm trying to find me the taller people to play basketball, the smarter people to do insurance. You with me? And don't get me wrong, taller people in insurance is good too. Because I don't know, something about it. Taller people, like Eugene Club or something. I don't know. They feel like they got something and they do good. All right. So, all right, a couple things for you guys. And this is really for everybody. But there's things called affinity, like if people like you, and speed and momentum. And these are all things that happen when you first do an opportunity meeting. So I would encourage each of you to talk about your journey, as you said, AB, where you come from, Oscar, where you come from. You talk about coming to this country and the opportunity. And I think you should mention the fact that not everybody takes advantage of the opportunity, but we're seeking those that do want to take advantage of the American opportunity. And really, that's why we started this focus over in the Haitian and the Indian and the Hispanic market, because we saw a lot of people that had that drive, a high percentage of the people. So, so the hardest thing that I've had to do to set up is ask people to help each other. So the way this works is if Adam Katz or Jeremiah Adaki or Stella or Anthony, if they meet someone that is of Indian, Hindi world, they can send them to your opportunity meeting. And then you tell the story of how your journey of how you got into the business. So that's when you're going to get them, and then you bring them up. You tell them about the opportunity like you discovered it. Now they're discovering it. And what you want to say, AB, is after this presentation, get back with the one that advised you to be here. Or we say get back with the one that brought you. Okay. So if Adam Katz is sending people to your meeting, I would suggest that Adam or anybody else get to know AB at these, like at our family reunion, so that he pays special attention to your people. So the stronger we get our network, our affinity network, people that we like and people that we know, it's easier for us to cross-reference my new person that's Hindi with AB. But you can't just send them to the meeting and think somebody else is going to recruit them for you. That's not going to happen. What they're going to do is they're going to get up and do a show. They're going to get up and do a routine. They're going to get up and do a dance. They're going to get up and do a presentation. They're going to get up and do the opportunity meeting. But then it's your job to close them. So when he's saying get back to them, hopefully if you have a person on the Creole meeting, on the Hispanic, you should be texting them. What do you think so far? Does this make sense? Do you have any questions? So you build that relationship. So you got Oscar doing the opportunity meeting. You got a person in Oklahoma that's watching this meeting. You're over here texting your friend in Oklahoma saying, are you paying attention to Oscar? So here's the thing a lot of people wonder about. Like, well, I've got 15 people that I invited on that meeting. Okay, give me the top 3 people that you like the most. They're the smartest. They're the most advanced. Those are the ones you really want to stay in touch with and text them and ask them what's going on with the meeting. So the goal is to book a meeting, or bam fam, book a meeting from the meeting. So you talk to them on the phone, you're booking them into the opportunity meeting. Now the goal is for you to book another 30-minute window to get them in class, to answer questions, to start their network. So Mary, I send you to an opportunity meeting that Lucera does. She does a Zoom. I'm texting you, do you like it? I'm getting back in touch with you going, hey, does this make sense? Have you been thinking, have you mentioned this to anybody else? So you start saying things like, have you mentioned this to somebody else? Have you told a boyfriend? Have you told a mama? Have you told anybody about this? Good, let's talk. And so let's say your meeting wraps up at 3 p.m. So she's wrapped up at 3. Can we talk at 5? I'm jammed up tonight. Can we talk to the morning at 9 a.m.? So the key is to get a meeting booked before you end the first meeting. And don't do things like it ends and they go, when can we get together later? You really want to get it booked during the meeting that you're following up. And then your whole career with a new person, their career should be you getting back to them. I mean, it does not need to go 2 weeks and you ain't touched base. But it's not like you wrap up today and you go, all right, we'll be in touch. And then next Tuesday you randomly text them. It's you stay right with them, taking them through this process. Okay, so a big deal that I wanted to tell you guys about is Saturday at Family Reunion, we're going to have 6 different breakouts. So the first the main convention center, I would call them, what are we going to call them? Don't use your word. I think that's standard people, the standard folks. But if you want to go study with the Spanish group, they're going to be in a separate room. We'll tell you where they're going to be. You'll have a breakout there. Right now, me and Lucero are going to address that group for a few minutes. Then Olga Mathis and then Oscar is going to talk to this group about the opportunity meeting. Separate room, we're going to have a Creole meeting where Mimi will kick off. Delilah is going to talk about the opportunity, and then Gary Philstein is going to chat. So that 3 meetings in a row in a separate room. We'll also have a Mandarin room, a Hindi room, and an Africa-focused room. So 6 different rooms, 3 different speakers. Okay? So that'll give everybody a chance to mingle. You're seeing each other. You make contact. Then you plan on getting back together at lunches. After that, there's 3 separate breakouts, and they're not based on a language. So, let's back up to the 6. Let's say you only speak English, but you have people in your team that are Mandarin. Feel free to go to the Mandarin meeting, get what the concept's about. It'll be some in English, some in Mandarin, and maybe all in Mandarin. You're taking your chances. If you decide to go to a different speaking meeting because you want to learn, feel free to do it. Same Spanish, same Creole. It's up to you which breakout you want to go to. You're not segregated. You do whatever meeting you want to go to. But the one main meeting is going to be English speaking 100%. There's another breakout. Then at 3 o'clock on Saturday, you're going to have a choice between 3 different meetings. One is Linda Goebel, who's leading the country in annuity sales. The other one is Gina Hawks is doing interviews with several different people, Deborah Dixon, Amanda Maldonado, and probably 2 other ones. And then Amber and Chris are doing the BAM, the Burlington Alliance Capital Management. The next one, we're going to have a Mandarin focus. Of the 3 options, Mandarin will be a focus and Africa will be a focus. So Ryan Chang will be doing a meeting, or Jeremiah, or Brandon Manley is going to be doing one on virtual sales. So it'll be so it's another opportunity for more Mandarin people to get together. Same thing, the 3rd breakout, we will have a Spanish breakout with Rojas, and then we'll have an estate planning breakout, and then another one on the Alliance Capital Management. So it's going to be, I want you to know there's going to be several different opportunities that there's a pull together with people that are in your world, your culture. Okay? So I think that's going to be a big plus at the meeting. All right. In English, Oscar, can you kind of take us through your story, like when you're doing the opportunity meeting, give me some highlights of what your style is and what your presentation method is.
So when I'm doing my opportunity meetings, like the one time that I did it, pretty much I focus on my background. I told them a little bit about myself, and I focus also on the importance of the HASPAT. I mentioned how important the tools that we have to support anyone that is new, such as the HASPAT, such as the ARC, such as the great opportunity to help families and make money. as well. Didn't focus very much on the structure. Also, that the lady that is right next to you, Lucero, I believe she helped me out with all the information that I needed to have available, but my lack of experience doing it. But I did focus on my background. I told them about my background, told them about the opportunity, told them about the tools, told them about the 8 steps of success, told them about all the support that I got since I'm here, from my upline to everybody that has helped me in the Florida community. So that's kind of how I did it, following the structure that Lucero gave me.
Did you do the 5 questions? Did you give them the 5 questions?
Yes, sir.
So the
Yes,
point
you
would
did.
be, I'm gonna send that to you again to send to these folks. So you try to hit those 5 questions,
Yes, sir, that is
Oscar.
correct. I do not have them available right now, right at the second, but I did see the 5 questions and I tried to go through all of those and I explained all of those by order. Yes, sir.
Okay. So for each of you, I want to let you know that when you first do the opportunity meeting, the first 10 minutes are critical just to get people to loosen up. Like, where do you come from? Like telling them what city you live in. What you're doing is you're calming people down by telling them you're married, telling them you're from Cuba, telling them that you're born in Mumbai, just a little bit about your background, and talk about how you had the dream of coming to America, the dream of having a successful business, the dream, whatever your dreams were, whatever your hopes were. Because it's really, it's going to look like this: dream, struggle, victory. So in the beginning, you want to tell a story of when you were a kid or when you were younger and you were optimistic, but what you didn't know was immigration. What you didn't know was trying to find a job and negotiating for money. What you didn't know was, so you're talking about the struggle. So that's where you go get people. When you talk about when I was a kid, I wanted to have a nicer houses. I watched television. Whatever your story is, that beginning part where you're getting to know people is huge. Transparency, authenticity, not trying to impress them. Just you were what you were, and now you are what you are. It's not a big deal. But that's critical to talk to people in the beginning just to get them to relax and chill. I know there's some people on here from Haiti. I know there's some people. So if you're doing Cuba, I know we've probably got other people from Cuba. We got Colombia. We got El Salvador. So mention a couple other companies. I got my friend Rojas from this country and Tim from this country. And so mention different people that are listening in. So you're basically calming people down, because here's what we know. People like to be around people that are like themselves. So the more you can throw out a few things about you or about your friend Rojas or about your friend Olga or about your friend Gus, it gives them a chance to, oh, I'm like him. Oh, I'm like her. Oh, that makes sense. So it brings them into where they're part of the team, Oscar. Okay? How about you, AB? What's your style of taking them through it, trying to get the 5 questions answered?
Yeah, I'm doing my first one tomorrow, but yeah, that's what my plan is, to follow those 5 questions, stay in those boundaries within those, start with the introduction about me and how my journey, and like you said, first 10 minutes, but then focus on what is this business? What are the tools we have in our lives? How are we different? How we can, there are so many businesses people can do, but why this business is the greatest business? In my opinion, somebody's sharing their secrets. Somebody's giving them, hand holding them. That doesn't happen in any other business. So this is an opportunity where somebody's actually going to teach you, support you, train you, and be there with you with all the tools we have available. So I think that is why I did. And then some, this business allows people to do it part-time, full-time. There's no time restrictions, and also we have all the other benefits. You can recruit, self-recruit, and build, and how you can grow. And basically, in my opinion, where I come from, uh, you know, how can you increase your hourly rate? Basically, don't work too many hours to make the money, but you can increase the hourly rate. So that's where I'm going to focus mostly on. Like, a business is the only way you can increase your hourly rate. If you want to make $1,000 an hour, what are you going to do, and how I am doing it, like how my journey has been, and how I have seen it, and how so many people in Alliance are doing it, years after years. So that's what my focus is. I'm still working on some of my slides, but that's how I'm planning to do it.
Okay. All right. Same question, Delilah. Do you take them back to your childhood, Haiti, jobs? Like the more you can go and grab people and just reflect on who you were before you got into this business.
Yes, my job is to tell them if I can do it, they can do it too. Because I remember when I came here in the US in 2004, for the first time I get to class, I was crying because I couldn't understand what my teacher was saying. I was in my science class. And then when I was in Haiti, I was in the top of my class because it was my language. I was the top in the class. And when I got here, I was sitting in a class. I didn't know anything because it was a different language. So I have to go through the struggle to learning the language. And as far as learning English, I have to think in Creole and translate it in English. That's the hardest thing for us to do as immigrants when we come here. So coming here and graduating in 2008 and be working in the healthcare industry for a while. I've been working since 2009, since my daughter was born. So I was working full-time CNA, helping clients, patients with medications, help them get around. That was my thing, because my passions by helping people, that's what drive me here to the Alliance, because I do all kind of job. I was a boss girl. I work in a restaurant for 7 years, cleaning table, carrying dishes. So I do a lot of hard work. I was a porter in a car dealership for a year. I was parking cars. So I do all kind of jobs before I landed here. So my struggles, I really know how it is for us immigrants when we don't speak English.
Delilah, that's huge. The cleaning, the parking cars, didn't speak the language. It was hard for me when I first came here. Those are all empathetic. There's all things that are going to pull people in because they're going like, I know. The same thing I was dealing with. So here's your goal. If you can get people to go, I know, or I know that's right. If you feel somebody saying, I know that's right, here's what you don't want. Who cares? And a lot of times talking about how, these companies that say, I just want y'all to understand we've got really strong core values. I don't know about you, but who cares? I've got this radio station. It's called WIIFM radio station. I know it's English. It goes like this. What's in it for me? Most people are listening to you talk, hoping they're listening to WIIFM. What's in it for me? So when you start talking about, hey, I didn't know the language, I'd do anything. I was selling coupon books. I was raising goats, take them to the stock market and sell them. We could, raise peanuts. Anything I could do, anything to get out of working. I'm not a lazy person. I just didn't want to do something where you had to come in and do the same thing over and over again, clicking the clock. And then look at these other people that have worked there 30 and 40 years going like, this is not a good program. So I started looking for something. So you're taking them back to where you were kind of satisfied, struggling. You had a dream, then you started struggling because how am I going to get there? And then you found the Alliance. And this is what I found. but not until you took them through the ugliness. What else does that stir in you, Delilah? That's good stuff you were saying.
Because I remember when my last I don't know if anybody remember that event we have Reno, Nevada. I can't remember the years. I think it probably like 2011, 2021 or something, because I was getting to know Alliance. What is Alliance? I was going in all the events possible. So for me to learn the system, the culture, because I was with a previous company before, I was good because I went on trips too. We went to Bahamas. So I was good over there. But the culture we have here is different because I was praying for something different in 2021 when Joey Perez called me and said, Delilah, I'm in the insurance industry. I was like, what? Are you? He was like, yeah, I'm going to send you my friend Carlos' website, which he did send me Carlos' website. I go in there and I saw Andy talking and I saw all these top leaders because I was fasting, guys, for an opportunity. I was fasting for God to lead me to the right company, the right people. At that time, he called me at the right time. So I was like, bang, this is it. Then since then, guys, I started in June 2021. In 6-month period, I went the Ireland trip for the first time in my life because of the coaches we have here. Diane called me and said, Delilah, are you going to that trip? And I was like, I don't know, because I was doing Uber, guys. I was doing Uber, driving people around because I was struggling, trying to make it here, you know? When she called me, that phone call changed my life. She said, Delilah, you know what? You can do it. I didn't have belief in myself I can do it. But she makes me believe that I can do it. And I go ahead and work the hardest I can because I was giving myself excuses. I have accent. They're not going to pick up the phone. If I call, they're not going to understand me. I was thinking how I'm going to win this trip with leads or without leads. And that's what I chose. I said, you know what? I'm going to go in my community. I start knocking in doors, $150 a day. That's what I did. And for that time period frame, and I went Ireland. Ireland was amazing. The first time I was in Europe, which I put it before in my bucket list, and it happened like this out of nowhere. And I was in Ireland with my husband. We had a great time. I mean, guys, if you've been in Ireland, one of those trips, you don't want to miss one. I mean, when we were driving to Cabo, I told my husband, wow, look at the life. I say, I don't know how poor people live, man. We start laughing about it. And I was like, I don't know how poor people live. This is the life, man. And we got to the hotel, the view in the pool. Oh my God. It was like mind blowing. And I can't believe the life that I'm living right now. I'm still dreaming. As a little girl that come from Haiti in the mountain, you know, don't know anything. Now I'm traveling, I'm eating with people that are the top in the country right now that are making a lot of money. That's why I said your organization, your connections, like Andy always says, your network will be your net worth. Right now with the winners traveling the world, it's my dream. I'm a little girl. I'm always excited about this opportunity.
Well, we're excited about you, and I'm excited about sending people to your meetings, whether they're English speaking or Haitian speaking. Quick question, do you try to do most of it in Creole? Is it broken English, or how's that work?
It all depends, but my thing is just I want to do it both ways because I'm not building only in the Haitian community right now.
Yeah,
I have different languages, which I have a couple of Spanish that I'm bringing in right now through ZipRecruiter with the President Club, of course. Shout out to President Club doing my ads. So I'm working this lead. So I have a few people coming from the West Coast, California right now. I'm meeting with them on Friday. I have a couple coming in, and I have people from Orlando. I'm trying to build an Orlando area right now So I have most of my leads in Orlando. So that's why I find a lot of Spanish. I'm excited about Rojas over there. So I can go tell them, you know what, let's meet with Rojas. They speak Spanish. So plug them with Rojas and then just build over there in the Orlando area. That's my goal right now.
Yeah, you're gonna, and so what you want to do is plug your, for example, plug your Hispanic speaking people into Oscar and let him throw down on the Hispanic part. And then the Hispanic people hire more Haitians. They come back to your meeting. So it's really going to be intertwined across the country. And the more connections you can get people to make, the more likely they'll succeed.
Exactly. Thank
It's like
you.
holding a flagpole up. The more people got holding it up, the more chance it's going to stay up, the more chance we're going to succeed. It's the whole community. One of the things I would like to do, and this is more logistics, so you get, if let's say Mimi introduces Delilah, then at the end, Delilah said, I want to introduce you to a couple people that are successful. So Mimi's introduced herself, but then she comes on and says, I'm a psychologist. I got a master's degree. I love this business. I'm excited about it. You should get back with the person that invited you. Then another Creole, then another Creole person. So have 2 or 3 different, especially if we can get different job backgrounds, but to come on the Zoom after you've done your presentation and just endorse it.
Yes, I already talking to Michelle down in Tampa. She used to be a registered nurse. She's all in because I spoke to her about it, which I was sent Lucille the phone numbers. So I'm looking for more like more speakers for the Creole meetings because I don't want Lucille to have only me and Mimi and Delilah. I mean, no, we're not doing that. And also we have Judith coming in as well. It's my part of my team. She's a agency manager with us. She's my first agency manager. She's gonna be doing the meeting as well in Creole. So far, I'm looking for more leaders in our community that can tap in to pour into these people.
So I'll give you this idea. I've given it to other people, and most people, we say this about most people. They're in a shower and they come up with a multi-billion-dollar idea, and when they get out of the shower, they dry off. That's what they do with it. So a lot of times people are on here, I give them $1 million idea, and 99.9% of them will get off the phone and book another appointment or get off the phone and do an interview. So here's the deal, Delilah. You can get a list of every licensed person in Florida. You could feed that list into AI and say, of all these licensed people, how many of them are likely Haitian descent, likely speak Creole? And it'll go down and sort it and give you the ones that are licensed and from Haiti.
Okay.
But so you get the whole list, and then you can talk to chat, or you can talk to AI and say, where's the biggest concentrations of Creole in America? And I know it's California and I know Florida. I'm not sure where else. And then I know, I feel certain with Hindi, it's New Jersey and Maryland, but I'm not sure. So, but you can do each state, and then you could even do it by city. But I'm thinking with the numbers, you're probably going to want to do state, and then you're going to sort it. Now, right now, we're using Filipinos because we know people from the Philippines that we can pay $5.75. But what if you went to Haiti and you know people that could use money, Vimeo, you have them. I don't know what their hourly rate is. Let's say it's $4 per hour. Now you've got a person in Haiti who speaks Creole calling people in America, booking appointments for you. So you train this person to be an appointment setter for $4 an hour. I don't know what they pay in Haiti. In the Philippines, it's $5. So first they're appointment setter for you, and you tell them, I'm going to take you through this career. Maybe they want to come to America. Maybe they want to have a better life and stay in Haiti. But you're going to take them with you through this journey and train them how to eventually contract people. They can actually teach your people how to get started. So you've got a whole Creole-based organization that people from Creole booking appointments, Then from Creole doing follow-ups. You get the concept?
Yes, sir.
It creates a massive community. And so, like, I'm saying that going like, AB, you understand you can do this if you want to. You could do the same thing. Hindi-based AI, which ones are they? Then you start dialing them. You could get somebody from India. I cannot tell you, AB, how many times, oh, I'm from India. We can set up a telemarketing. It's only $3 per hour. Great technology. What if you just had friends back home that wanted to work? And you can pay them American, you know, it's a pretty good exchange rate from here to India. So it's another great deal. So now we're going to have people in the Philippines and Bolivia, Haiti, India, Cuba. I don't know if we can do Cuba. They might get in trouble with these people down there. You got to be careful about that. But if you have a different country that speaks Spanish, that you coordinate hiring people and make these appointment setting. Hopefully I'm stirring this up with Mathis. You know, he's done real well with Bolivia. Why not expand so that that the people in Bolivia are telemarketing, or not telemarketing, but setting up interviews with people from every Hispanic descent in the country. This could get crazy.
That's a good idea.
Thank you
so much. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking, who can I hire from
ideas most of the time? Nothing. Somebody was talking to me, but I'm working on this pastor. I want him to come in. He's a pretty incredible dude. He said, "You're pretty creative." I said, "No, sir, I'm actually not. What I am is a escalator, or I just take an idea and I actually do it, but I do it big." So like, somebody might be listening to this going like, I'm going to get every Haitian in California, New Jersey, Maryland, Florida, Southern Texas, and I'm going to put somebody I'm going to hire 3 appointment setters. I'm going to get to, okay. But most people do what? That's a good idea. That's good. You hear that? That's a good idea right there. And that's how far they take it. It's like, hello. Yeah, so this is one of my buddies, Bud Wren, principal of Pinnacle Consulting Coaching Group, lengthy tenures. He was big time with AT&T, huge technology company, CFO for government contracting, accountant. Read a book called Innovative Planning Your Church in 4D. He's a good friend. I've known him 30 years, got a very successful ministry, got pastors all over the world based on him. I'm pretty sure we're going to have him come in Sunday morning. But he was the one giving that, you come up with ideas. I said, I don't come up with ideas. What I do is I implement it. I didn't think of that. Somebody said it and they did it in passing. I just slowed down and said it. And then I'm saying, you should slow down and do it. We should do that with the base. Okay. All right. So at the end, having 1 or 2 people, 3 at the most 3, that can come in on the Zoom and endorse it with a little bit of different accent from a different city, different education. So it gives people somebody else they can grab too. Okay.
A few people from last week's calls, they did that. So Pavan had some people from India that got on there that are at the Alliance. Mimi Romero did that. Ryan Chang also had some people on his team, Mandarin, jump on there and
at the end.
At the end, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So the more you can do that, it just gives it gives a lot of credibility, and it gives them somebody else they can reach out to. The other thing is, don't underestimate describing trips that you've been on in travel, because a person may not care anything about insurance. They might not care anything about health insurance. They might not care anything about anything like that. But you bring up travel. Oh, I get to travel. They'll do anything to get to travel. Oh, I want to know, how are you covering the money aspect? Like, people invest. My analogy has always been, I consider going back to community college, because a lot of people like to go back to school, because the government or the television or media is like, oh, go back to school, get a higher education. Now, I don't know about you guys, but what I've seen, and this is what I'm saying during the presentation, what I've seen, you get an associate degree, ain't nobody gonna call you. You get an architect degree, ain't nobody gonna call you. You get an engineering degree, ain't nobody gonna call you. You gotta aggressively go after it. But if you did this insurance certificate, your phone's gonna ring off the hook. You're silly not to do this. College costs $600, $500, $2,000, $3,000, $15,000, $50,000 for a year. You come and work with us a year, you're going to spend a couple $100s. So it's silly not to get started for $49.50. So are y'all addressing getting your certificate or getting your life insurance? Anything different the way you're doing it, Oscar? Oscar, how are you throwing that out there?
As do you mean when I'm trying to get someone motivated to get a life insurance license?
I'm talking about when you're doing the presentation, like if you were doing it tomorrow, Thursday, how do you cover the aspect of you do have to get your insurance license?
Well, I let them know that that insurance license can be a ticket to freedom that is going to allow them to make money and to achieve financial freedom. So I only done it once, but I don't think that I have emphasized the fact of the importance of getting the insurance license, which is the first step. That is something that they need to that they have to get in order to be able to get started in the industry.
So what you're doing is you're setting up the next person. So whoever sent them to that meeting, you're telling them they're going to have to get their license. So whoever's texting with them is saying, hey, we need to get you signed up to get in this class. The other thing to mention is normally this is $250, but get back with whoever you invited, we can get you in for $49. So I want y'all to get better and better and better at putting on this presentation.
Yeah.
How about you, AB? Do you cover that for the Indian world, the Hindi world?
Yes, I do cover that. So like you said, normally it's 250 for exam effects. With us, you get 49. But most importantly, if you look at some other IMOs or some others, we're not charging any platform fees or to register or any subscription. So this is a totally free to register. And licensing is the easy part. But first you need to have the why you want to do it. License, you can do it in 2 days. I mean, we have done engineerings and all those hard, so, it takes only 13 chapters in Texas. 13 chapters, I can finish that in 5 hours and get the license. So licensing is a very, very easy. I make it, it is easy, but you're opening a door to now the whole business in the insurance. And not just insurance, we get annuities, and in some of the states we have life and health together. So now you can do Medicare, insurance, annuities, and all kinds of things.
Okay. All right. How about you, Delilah?
My thing when I'm bringing a new person in for our community, because there's a particular company that I was part of, and I know another for you to join, you have to pay $124. And then you have to pay a monthly fee, like $50 like a monthly fee for the back office. I always say, do you know what? This is where I came from with the previous company. With my level, I used to pay $50 a month, and then you have to pay $124 to join. Here, you don't have to pay a dime, and you got all this back office for free. I mean, why not? Why not taking advantage of that? Because you don't have to pay anything to join here. And your license, don't worry about it. It's only $50. Do you have $50? When can you come up with $50? And when they say they don't have it, I say, you really, really need to do this.
I love it. What do you got for us?
Yeah, so tomorrow for this week's International Opportunity Meetings at 1 p.m., Mimi Romero is doing Creole. At 3 p.m., Brian Rojas is doing Spanish. 5 p.m., Oscar Ottima is doing Africa Language Asset. 7 p.m., Hindi, AB will be doing that one. And then 9 p.m. Mandarin Ryan Chang is doing that one.
And all these are listed on the Alliance events under hotspots. And the other thing we want to do is I want to get a profile for everybody somehow in the hotspot so people can know a little bit about the person that they're talking about. Andy Riddle's coming. He played basketball in New York. He graduated from Methodist University. You want to highlight what this guy's professional career is so that you're trying to get other people to attend the opportunity meeting. Any little aspect. Oh, he's an athlete. Oh, he's an engineer. Oh, he's from Cuba. So any little aspect that you can tell them that gets them curious that they want to get on the call. All right. So let's cover the building part. So Delilah, you hire a person. Let's say you hire Jenny. All right. So you're telling Jenny to bring people to this opportunity meeting. People that are interested, ain't interested, that are hating on her, trying to talk her out of it, trying to talk her into it, want to get it. Basically, her job, Jenny's job, is to get people to watch your business, watch your opportunity. And you want them to watch it multiple times, not just one time and get started. You want them to, and if you see you want to go with you, then you want to go with Mimi, then you want to go with Gary. So you want them to be multiple different people with multiple different backgrounds that are from Haiti that speak Creole that are throwing this presentation out to them. So your job is to get Jenny. Now, so Jenny gets 2 or 3. The biggest thing I want you to understand, Delilah, and everybody to understand this, you want to go directly to this person under Jenny. You know, like, Jenny, tell them to get a license. No bueno. You tell them to get a license. So Jenny got them on the call, but you want to follow up 100%. You want to treat the people under Jenny like you hired them. It's hard to delegate depth. Depth, you have to do it. You go under. When you see a person that this person has hired 5, 6, 7, Jenny's hired 10, 12 people, but nobody's doing anything. Usually it's the upline delegating, telling Jenny how to do it, but Jenny doesn't have the expertise that you have. Okay, so we go, Jenny, she hires 10 or 12 people, and let's say Bob is the best person. Well, then Bob gets people. So you're Jenny, Bob, and depth. So you're going way down in depth. What you eventually want to do is called working through a person. So you work around a person, you go directly down under Bob. Another thing you can do is take Jenny with you to another city. So you want to develop the habits of book a meeting from a meeting, working around people, not delegating, not saying, Jenny tell Bob and then Bobby tell Steve. Now we're in the phone game. If you're not familiar with that, it gets ugly because people get very confused when you tell this person, tell this person. You go straight down and you drive depth. You go talk to that person. You put your spirit, your will, your drive, and your sales ability, because now you're down under Bob selling the family reunion. Versus if you tell Jenny to sell the family reunion, she's never been. You tell Bob to sell the family reunion, he's never been. But you've been, you go down here and you get the person under Bob in, they're going to sell, the person under Bob is going to say, I'm going, and now Bob is going to want to come too. So if you get the person at the bottom, Delilah, committed, it pulls the rest of the kite string. It pulls the rest of the people in. So you can't delegate depth. You have to drive it. You got to be there.
Thank you. Yes.
That's a tough one for people to get because they're like, couldn't I just tell Jenny to tell Bob? Like, you could, but it don't work. So the same thing, if I'm sending a person to be on Oscar's meeting, I sure as hell can't count on Oscar to follow up. I got to follow up. And then immediately, what's questions, concerns, what's your attitude, how did you feel about the meeting? next week or 2 weeks, we're going to have somebody else. We need to concentrate on getting them to have other people back at the opportunity meeting. So let's say I have a person go to Oscar's meeting and I talk to them. I got two, and they say, I got 2 brothers. So they're on a meeting tomorrow. And I'm texting with them and they say, I've got 2 brothers that want to see this opportunity. You don't hit them with, we'll do it again in 2 weeks. Say, great, let me talk to them right now. And so you go right into showing the opportunity. You might have 10 new people from one person getting on the meeting. You might have 10 people that are in class that get on the next meeting, and and each of them have 1 or 2 guests. You could go from 10 to 30 in a hot spot like this just in no time if you get people following the prescription. All right. I feel like what's holding, I know one of the things that holds up growth is people have a person on Oscar's meeting, they're on AB's meeting, and whoever's recruiting them talks to them, and they're kind of interested, kind of not. And you say, do you want to build a team? No. If a person says, I want to build a team, I help them. Most time I'm just saying, have you talked to your brother? Have you talked to your cousin? Have you talked to your mama? Have you talked to your girlfriend? If they say yes, I say, what'd they say? If they say no, I say, you should mention it to them. You should tell your friends and family what you're doing. What if they want to do it? Get them in touch with me. So you're floating. You're not like, you want to build a team? You want to build a network? Your net worth is determined by your network. We got to multi-level this, blah, blah, blah. No, who wants to do that? But if you thought about anybody else that might be good at this, if they say, well, I don't want to build a team, I go, I didn't ask you if you want to build a team. I said, do you know anybody might be good at this? I don't want to build a team. I didn't ask you if you want to build a team. I asked you to just talk to your wife about it. Well, what did my wife have to do with it? She has everything to do with what you do in your life. Can I meet her? Can I talk to her? I talk to people all the time. They got a 22-year-old kid, and they hadn't met his parents who are in their 40s. Hey, how do you not meet the parents? Well, what do they got to do with it? They wasn't interested. I just like to meet them. That'd be like you're dating somebody and you're thinking about marrying them and you ain't met the parents. Well, I don't want to meet them till I'm sure if I'm going to marry them. It's a little late then, bro. Meet them early. Get the parents early. Get the kids early. Just talking to them, just introduce you. It takes the tension down. Y'all tracking on this? It's a way to subtly get in depth fast as lightning. And then you'll see it more and more. You hire a person, they like you and they believe in you. You get another person, you hire Kelly. The person under Kelly is going to tend to trust you more, and the person under them, 3 down, is going to trust you more, and 4 down, they think you're a genius. And they'll do more of what you say quicker if you tell them to do it. Like, here's where you get you a ticket to family reunion. Here's where you sign up for 3 carriers. Here's where you buy leads. They'll just buy them like that. Just, hey, they're $500 worth of leads, no problem. All right. What other key things do you have for them for international? Access to literature, what carriers, what else can we do to support them and make them aware? Not just those 3, but who else needs to know which carriers do what?
I'm trying to think.
All right, while you're thinking, we have the sales brochure in Spanish. Do we have any applications in Spanish, or are the applications are in English?
They're all in English.
Okay. So here's what I'm doing. I'm asking y'all, I'm asking for help. Take a English app, run through AI, or you translate it and have an identical. So you got a Spanish app. We can't fill it out because it's Spanish, but it's identical to the English so that you can show them this is what this means. They can just go over here and look at it. without you translating. You can do one in Mandarin, you can do one in Hindi, you can do it in Creole. So you've got an identical app for each process, Delilah, that you can show them. So this is what it means. So they can just translate, they can look over there themselves. This is what I'm signing. This is what I'm agreeing to. This is height and weight. This is address. Just to speed it up and make them feel more comfortable. We can't have them, there's a lot of legal reasons that we can't fill out a Spanish app. We have to use English because of it's really to have to do with laws and the governance, because this means one thing, but if it's in Spanish, it could mean something slightly different. We're going to get in a big argument about that. So the English rules, but have it translated into a different language so they can see it. It'd be cool if people did that, and then we each could just print out our own, and without each one of us having to transcribe it. All right. Hotspot meetings that are live. Ideally,
Yes.
we're starting with Zoom, but ideally we get some Creole meetings. Once we get 2 or 3 or 4 people in an area, Mimi's got to be close to doing one out in California. We want to do live in-person meetings. We got some coming up.
Yep, we've got some live in-person Spanish hotspots coming up. July 1st, Orlando, Florida. Brian Rojas and Leslie Flores from LPT will be doing that one. July 24th, Orlando, Florida. Brian Rojas and Leslie Flores. And Olga Mathis has agreed to do a Spanish hotspot July 30th in Miami, Florida. All of these meetings, you can find the information, the times, the address on theallianceevents.com under hotspots.
Didn't they just do one in California, or am I wrong about that?
Yes, Brian Rojas did a Spanish one in California.
How'd that go? Do we hear about it?
Yes, it went really well.
Okay. Let's get Leslie up here and introduce you. Leslie, come up here and let her introduce you. All right, yeah. Stay with us, Sarah.
Just go on here.
Okay.
There you go.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys?
Introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Tell us how long you've been here, and you just graduated college, and
Yes.
your background.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm Leslie Flores. I've been here at the Alliance for about 7 months with Kat at LPT. So we help agents, get leads. We're working with Spanish leads soon, so that's exciting. With those, we have, insurance marketing help working on that, and also Bang Bang. So I'm excited for that. Also, yeah, I did graduate recently from Meredith College, so with a marketing bachelor's. So I'm excited to kind of integrate that here in this workspace, and I'm really excited to do these hotspots too.
So you're hitting the road with Gina Hawks?
Yep, Gina Hawks. Yeah, June 30th, be the first one in Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, or in Tampa, actually. Yeah,
All right.
Tampa.
Are you licensed yet? Have you got your license?
No, I'm actually gonna get my test this weekend.
Testing this weekend?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
All right. All right, y'all. How many of y'all passed the first time you took the test? First time. Second time. I'm just giving you a feel. Third time. Fourth time. Fifth time. Sarah got 5 times. You know what they call you if you get your insurance license after the 5th time? Persistent. They call you a licensed insurance agent. 17 times, licensed insurance agent. So you don't have to go into the home and say, guess what? I'm going to get y'all a life insurance policy, but it took me 17 times to take the test. You do not have to announce nothing. You just be like, there's my certificate. There's my certificate. Right there. That's all they know. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
Best thing you can do is take it and fail it, and take it and fail it, and take it and fail it, and take it and pass it. And then maybe have a tutorial session with me, right? Made a big difference. Lord. Okay, so you excited about hitting the road?
Yes.
Different adventure?
I am. Yeah, very different. I'm excited about it. Especially with Brian Rojas, the Spanish. I'm excited for that as well.
We're going to have you doing it by yourself pretty soon, right? You need to have that attitude.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. I want to learn from them first. Yeah, with Gina, and I know she's great with public speaking, and so I really want to get notes first, and get confident first, and then I can go ahead and do that alone for sure. Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Good job. All right.
Thank you.
Grab us the, let's see. Harriet, are you Mexican descent or
Yeah, it's
That's your
Mexican.
Mexican,
Yep, background. Yep.
all right? You speak any other languages by chance?
Nope, just Spanish.
No
and
German,
English.
no French, no Creole?
Wish, but no.
Yeah, that's my problem. Wishes
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jeff, right, Jeff, you got something to add to this world? Because I've got Jeff speaking a couple of different times to the new American pitch. He typically deals with rednecks and old Americans, but come in, Jeff Wright. Address this group, Jeff. I'm fired up about this crowd.
Oscar. What's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Delilah.
Hello, Jeff.
This is the
Hello,
thing here, Jeff.
Delilah. I don't think I know Andy.
You don't know AB?
Do we know each other, AB?
Yes, we do.
He's lost about 30 pounds.
We have met a few times.
He's lost a bunch of weight.
Oh, he lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, you might not recognize him.
Hmm.
It's part of
Yeah, maybe you
Brandon
don't.
Manley's world.
Oh, he's probably okay.
Yeah.
Well, good to see you again. Yeah. I think it's
Hey, Jeff. Nice to
this
see you.
is a exciting discussion. I think it breathes new life into us, don't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
It's not something we hadn't been doing.
No.
We have a history, guys, of doing this. The first name that comes to mind is Minerve,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you probably know people before that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But that's the one. When I came in, she was killing it.
Yes, sir. Excuse me.
Yeah. What's she
Yes, sir.
doing? The Haitian population?
Haitian population.
Was that in New York?
New Jersey, I think.
New Jersey. She did that for a good bit.
Yeah.
She had a good run at that.
Yep. Huge opportunity.
Yeah, her and her husband.
Why?
What was his name?
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus. I just remember being on stage. Yeah, so we have a history of this. I think we just got away from. I just don't you want everybody to feel like they have a place at the table, right? You know, and we're inviting. We want to have a culture where we're inviting everybody to feel like they're part of this thing. I mean, they already have an invitation. I just don't think the message is getting out there.
Yeah.
That they have a. It's not like we're keeping it a secret, but it is a secret.
Yeah.
It's a shame, right? And then trying to convince people like Oscar, the people that you're running buddies. I mean, what do they think about you when you're doing this thing? I mean, do they look at you at all? Do they look at like you're like a strange person? I mean, is it an easy sell for you to tell them what you're doing?
It is easy to tell them. I think it has to do with what Mr. Albright said. Kind of, I have to make it to where they empathize with me, where they can relate more. I think that sometimes they're looking at me like, who care? Like I'm talking to them about my achievements instead of what I've been through in order to get to where I am. So I have to make it more relatable.
Yeah. Because I know you work hard at this thing. And me and Oscar talk all the time. He's a good dude. I like Oscar.
Well, you know, we've got our people from the military, we got our Rangers, we got our Air Force, then we got our nurses group. So there's all different organization or different little cultures that are around the organization. But I know it's critical to have people with their heritage and your culture and even just accents. Because I mean, sometimes I'm struggling understanding I'm getting 75% or 80%. But if they're talking redneck, I'm tracking with every analogy and everything they say. So I'm thinking it's got to be that with the people on the other foot. If your home language is Creole and I come out and I'm talking about a turtle on a fence post or paddling in the same direction in a rowboat or confused as a termite in a wooden yo-yo spinning around, you've got to have analogies that you can rattle off, because the reason Jesus talked in parables, the reason when I show the opportunity meeting, I'm telling stories about examples. This person's a psychologist. This person's an architect. This person was special forces in the military. Special forces in the military follow directions or get killed by the enemy. Special forces over here in insurance follow directions, or make no money. So any analogy that you can transform from your world, whether it's Haiti, whether it's Cuba, whether it's military, transferring it into your opportunity meeting so that people can relate to you. Stories sell. Stories get people to move. And people want to follow people that are like them. So I've met people so many times, especially I think a big one is Uber drivers. The first thing I'm saying is like, accent, where are you from? South Carolina? And they go, no, I'm from Ethiopia. Really? Ethiopia? Well, that's interesting. I have a good friend from Nigeria. I have a good friend from Kenya. I have a good friend from South Africa. Matter of fact, they're doing an opportunity meeting for people from that part of the world. You should jump on this call. So now you've got a place that you can immediately plug in instead of going like, who do I know from Africa? Who do I know from India? Who do I know? Well, there's an opportunity meeting. You can plug them right into it. Are we set up for every week right now?
Yes. Yes, until July 10th is the last one that we've got scheduled.
Okay, so right now we're every week, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, our deal is if there's new people on the meeting every single week, then we need to do them every single week. And we will add on to it. We'll do a Creole opportunity meeting with a little bit of training, and then a Hindi opportunity meeting. We'll start adding training, and then we're starting resource centers on our university where it'll be all Haitian training, all Hispanic training, so you can click on them. YouTube videos that are translated, so you give them a whole community to go to. This is getting ready to get crazy.
And so I think we need to point out we're separating people into their ethnic groups so that we can come back together. We have to separate to come back together.
Yeah.
It has to happen that way.
But I'm saying too, if anybody wants to go to a different meeting, it does not have to be your world. If you want to you don't hardly speak Spanish, but you want to set in on it. You want to speak Mandarin. You're going there to support your team and you're listening, you're learning. Mm-hmm. You're trying to get that culture so that when you're recruiting other people in that culture, you know what to say, what they think about, what type questions they deal with.
I love other cultures. And, you guys know I play pickleball. If you don't, I play pickleball. And so the Chinese like to play pickleball. Now, everybody likes to play pickleball, but the high contingency of Chinese people, every city I go to, dominated by Chinese. Well, am I going to sit over there and just play with my American friends? No. I'm going to go join them. And I have joined them. And guess what? I'm the only American they let in their group. And guess what I'm doing? I'm learning words. I did find out one word I needed to learn real fast was how to call a ball out. True jet. I say that a lot.
True jet.
True jet is out.
That means out.
They go, don't you want to know what N is, Mr. Jeff? And I'm like, no, I don't plan on saying that. No is mayo.
Where are you learning? Chinese?
Chinese. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go to the Chinese meeting. Try out my new words. Hey, guess what they're going to do? They're going, hey, this is a big deal. And I said, can y'all write my name in Chinese? They go, no. I said, why not? They go, no, Mr. Jeff, no. I said, my name is Jeff and it's bright. Can't you just put, no. I said, what's the problem? We have to assign you a new name. I said, oh. And then I find out when the Chinese give you a name, that's an honor.
Really?
It's a blessing. It means I have all this luck coming my way. So I'm waiting to get my new name.
This is a whole new world. And I would also encourage y'all to not, it's like if you only do virtual, make sure you're selling in-home. A lot of people understand in-home better. Make sure that you're talking about the estate planning. Make sure you're talking about the IULs that people are just throw out the different options. What's solid and what's solid is you bringing people to you or bringing people to their upline. So it's finding a friend that you can shake hands with and you can follow them. What's solid is our carriers, multi-billion-dollar carriers that we've got great relationships. What's solid is our CRM system, the ARC. But what we're giving people variables in, what do you like? You tell me what you like, we'll assign you to the people that focus in that market. Nobody has anything like this. Nobody has a tiered agency building system with all the different commission levels, all the CRM, and all the carriers, and all the lead sources and systems, and we're based on each different culture. This is how you build a multi-billion-dollar organization. And you guys you're on the ground floor. Like, Oscar, you need 15 cities. Your lead person in Cincinnati, your lead person in San Diego, your lead person in Trenton, New Jersey, your lead person in Baltimore, Maryland, and then you building 10 people around each one of these people. This is how you create a multi-million-dollar income in America.
Yes,
Wrap
sir.
us up, Delilah. Get us out of here. What's your wrap-up statement?
I will say, for those of you that have anybody in your team that speak Creole, rally for July 10th, I will be the one hosting. So I'm hoping to see all of you in my call.
Woohoo! How about you, Oscar?
Well, I just want to say thank you for this opportunity. I have learned a lot, and I definitely have to get better at spreading the word and talking to more people about this great opportunity. And I want to grow. So, yeah.
Good. You're in a hotbed down there. AB, take
Yeah.
us home.
Yeah, so tomorrow I'm doing the opportunity meeting. So, I'm looking for 100 people at least in that opportunity meeting, and do bring them in, forward it to all your friends who you know, and even ask them to forward it to their friends. So let's get it done tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. So.
Okay, all the three of y'all are very professional. All y'all are great at doing opportunity meetings. When we find somebody else that we can raise up in the Hispanic community, somebody else in the Mandarin community, let us know. Let Lucero know. This person can talk. This person is dynamic. This person's quick. Let's get new people doing the opportunity meeting, because I don't want to tie y'all up doing a meeting every single week. I want you to be on it, supporting other people, but I want you to be able to do it riding down a car where you're selling, you're recruiting, you're traveling. We need new people backing you up. Okay? All right, game plan. All right, guys, I'm excited about this. Appreciate y'all. Rock and roll. Tomorrow's another big day in our international expansion. Woohoo! Out.
Thank you, everyone.
Good enough.